Friends, today I want to talk to you about the current situation of Yaman, an actor who was once a symbol of talent, charisma, and international success. His name shone in Turkey and across Europe, but now many fans wonder, what happened to him? The answer is not a lack of talent, because that is still alive in him, but rather bad company and wrong choices. At the beginning of his career, he was surrounded by professionals who guided him to the top. Over time, that circle broke apart, and people like Susanna and Roberto entered his life, more interested in parties and money than in his art. They dragged him into nightlife, alcohol, and the smoke of clubs, taking him away from his true path. And in the middle of it all came Sarah. At first, she seemed like support and love, but she became the symbol of his downfall. She sought fame and attention rather than sharing his passion for acting. Since then, fans have noticed a change. Khan's sincere smile faded, replaced by a face marked by fatigue and excesses. Today, his name appears more in tabloids for endless parties than for quality projects. And his relationship with Sarah, full of jealousy and conflict, only sinks him further. But there is still hope. Can remain strong, intelligent, and disciplined. He can rise again, but only if he dares to say enough. Enough to Susanna, to Roberto, to greedy managers, and above all, to Sarah. Only then will he recover his light and his place in cinema. The decision is in his hands. Fans still believe in him, still hope to see him shine. Because Yaman does not deserve to be remembered for his fall, but for the success that once inspired millions. At the same time, I also feel the need to speak about Demet Özdemir, because while many focus almost exclusively on Khan, she's trapped in a narrative that constantly puts her in the background or presents her simply as the cause of his problems. I think that is unfair. Demet is a woman with her own path, undeniable talent, and an ability to reinvent herself that has earned her an important place not only in Turkey but also internationally. Yet, in the midst of this media storm, Demet has often been used, manipulated, and even ridiculed. As Olga Ustinova Titui once said about certain women around Khan, I believe that Demet has faced the opposite. Instead of being uplifted, she has been brought down, portrayed as guilty of things that are not hers. She is painted as cold, calculating, and interested only in fame. But this is an image built more by gossip than by reality. Of course, she has made mistakes, like anyone else. Her private life has sometimes been marked by choices people did not understand. But isn't that the same for all artists? The difference is that she is always under an exaggerated magnifying glass, while others are forgiven far more. Every gesture of hers is interpreted as arrogance or coldness. The biggest mistake of the public is forgetting the Demet of the early days. Young, fresh, rising thanks to her work in dramas that conquered millions of viewers. That light has not disappeared, but it has been clouded by unfair labels. Sometimes it truly seems like there is a campaign to keep her at the center of controversies, distracting her from what really matters, her career and her personal well-being. It is also true that her fans, like Khan's, are mostly mature women who see in her not only beauty, but also effort and dedication. That is why it hurts to see her reduced to the role of antagonist in Khan's story. She has her own dreams, her own path, and cannot be described as anyone's shadow. Her love life is constantly judged. If she is with someone, it is said to be out of interest. If she is alone, she is labeled cold and ambitious. Rarely is it recognized that, like any woman, she simply seeks affection, respect, and stability. More than her mistakes, it is the media's venom that harms her. For me, Demet Özdemir remains an actress with enormous potential. We cannot let gossip and rumors destroy what she has built with so much effort. Yes, she has made mistakes, but she has also shown courage and determination. If she manages to break free from these labels and regain the authenticity that made her unique, she will once again earn everyone's respect. And above all, she will prove that she is not anyone's shadow, but the true protagonist of her own story. I find it incredible how part of the audience insists on boxing her into a story that is long ended. It's as if they refuse to accept that people change, evolve, and seek new horizons. Demet has every right to fall in love, make mistakes, start again, and grow away from the headlines that pursue her. Truly admiring an artist means accompanying them through all their phases, not clinging to a single version. That's why I prefer to see Demet as a complete woman with successes and mistakes who strives to build an authentic life. Finally, I want to highlight the essential. Demet Özdemir is not just a famous Turkish actress. She is a person who inspires with her dedication, her discipline, and the way she has faced challenges. That some want to examine her every step is inevitable, but for me the most important thing is that she continues developing her career, takes care of herself, and finds happiness on her own terms. Stars can fall and rise again, and I am convinced that Demet, with the strength she has shown, will always know how to do so. In short, reducing Demet to a past relationship or to social media controversies is a mistake. She is a woman with her own light, with an established career, and with a great future ahead. Respect, admiration, and support. That is what she deserves, because everything else is just noise that will eventually fade away.